Once again, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll be looking at containers in Python. I call it containers, where you can put in your values that you want to use in your code, or you use it to put the result that you get from your code or your program that you've run. So the first one on the list we'll be looking at is list. That is list. Don't forget, this is a continuation of our last teaching. I'll post the link to the last lesson in the description so that you can follow. Okay, so we're looking at list here. Now, list is a container that you use square brackets. You can see the square brackets. Once you see square bracket and things are inside, values are inside or items are inside, you know this is a list. So, for example, we have with age, we said let age be equal to 4, 15, 8. So the ages of people 4, 15, 8. So this is a list. So from here we can decide to, if we have another list with numbers like this, we can do multiplication with them and so on and so forth. Mathematical operations can be done with them. So this is a list. It's inside a square bracket. Also, this is another list. We say name equal to, you can see it's in a square bracket. These are words, or rather we call it strings. When you have normal words put in quotes, like this one is in single quotes, they are called strings. So this list now, this list called name, the name of this list is called name. It contains strings. Why the name of this list is called age, it contains whole numbers, or we rather call it integers. Then we go to dictionary. Another container in Python is dictionary. Now, this is very interesting because you will use it very, very well in data analysis. It's very, very useful. Now, for you to know something is a list, it has curly braces. As you can see, the bracket is that curly bracket. So once you see that, you know you're dealing with a dictionary. So you can see in this dictionary, we said name, joy. Now, it's like, okay, in this name, under name, we should have joy, and we can have other names under it, maybe grace, others. So we have age 10, or you can use the word dict. You can use the word dict to declare what you have as a dictionary. Now, dictionary is used to declare column names and their values. So let us see an example of list and dictionary so that you can understand better what I'm trying to explain. Okay, so I'm going to remove this comment. Remove this one. Now you can see it's bright now. Okay, so I said list. I use this word list, and I use the word dict. Now, for list, you can also use the word list to declare something as list. You can see in this print statement list now, we didn't use square brackets. No square brackets. Just list. So what this line of code now is trying to say is the result. Take note, this list, this first list that is inside quote is just a word that will just display like that. Just like in this last class where we saw what is your name, it displayed it, what is your name. So anytime in a print statement you put something in a quote, whether single or double quote, it will just print it the way it is. So it will now say list, then list. So what we're trying to say, this list now is trying to say whatever result you get inside that bracket should be put in a list. That is, should be put in a square bracket. Now, what is range? Range means, once you see range 5, it means from 0 to 5. Range 5 means from 0 to 5. So let's run the code so you can see how the list appears. Okay, so we can see the list up here. This second one is the dictionary. I will explain it later, but look at the list here. You can see it says list 0 to 1, 2, 3, 4. So it doesn't include the 5, but that 5 means from 0 to 4. Take note. All right. So, and we can see it was in a square bracket. So range means 0 to 4. So it says that 0 to 4, put it in a square bracket. Automatically, as it's in a square bracket, it is already a list. Now, this is dict. Dict. Now we are declaring what is inside here to become a dictionary. So let's run it. You will see it will enter a curly brace. So you can see the curly brace here. See the other curly brace. So joy, column 25, Grace, column 64. So Joy is 25 years old, Grace is 64 years old. So as I put the word dict, automatically it puts everything into a dictionary, which is a curly brace. You can see no column here, no column here. I just put Joy, comma 25, and automatically it did the right thing by putting it in a column. That is putting column, using column to separate them. You can see the column there. Don't forget, let's go back to our lesson. When I was giving an example of a dictionary, you can see it here. I said name, column, joy. So that is how it always displays. Name, column, joy. Now this name is in column, is in quotes. So you are trying to say assign joy to name. That is the meaning. So this is how dictionary works. Let's see more complex ways how dictionary works. Don't forget, I say dictionary is used to declare column names and their values. Now let's see how that works. Okay. Now let's comment out this so that you won't be confused. Now let's open this one that we're going to use to explain. Okay, so we have the word data, or the variable. Let's call it the variable data. That is the right word. Excuse me. So the variable data contains words in a dictionary. Look at the curly brace opening and curly brace closing. In the curly brace, we have name, column, the values, comma, age, column, the values. I told you dictionary is always in curly brace. Then you have the value, column, the item you want to put in that value or name or whatever. Excuse me. So now let's see how this plays out. Don't forget what I said. Back to the lesson. I said dictionary is used to declare column names and their values. So look at it here. Name, this name becomes the column name, and age becomes the column name. So we are going to have two columns. Column 1 named name, column 2 named age. So let's run the code and you see how it is. So you can see name, age. Column 1 name, Ben, Grace, Mike, Rose. Column 2 their ages, 7, 11, 6. So you can see it's automatically in table format. So you can see how beneficial it is. Now let me explain better. Okay, so we've declared this in a dictionary. Now we want to put it in table format. So that's what I use the variable word table. And then I used pd dot data frame dot from dict. Now let me explain this line of code. Look at, I had to import pandas. Pandas is a library. I will explain better in our next video what a library is. So this pd dot data frame is what puts is responsible for putting things in table format. And now this from dict is trying to tell you that this data is a dictionary, which is this. So align it into table format. So that's what happened. Then we use the print statement to display the table, which is what we did, what you saw as the output. So I'm running it again so you can see more clearly. So you can see name and age. Okay. Now, finally, the last container is tuples. Tuples. Now, tuples is just like list, but with little difference. Now, tuples are immutable. What does it mean? Meaning they can't be changed by adding or removing item. Once you have created a tuple, the way it is, that is the way it is going to be. The items will be arranged the same way. You cannot change anything. So I gave an example of a tuple. How you know a tuple? It is in normal brackets. Is normal brackets. While dictionary is in curly brackets and list is in square brackets. So this is a tuple. Another thing about a tuple, you can mix the elements in it. You can see this is a string and these are integers or whole numbers. So you can mix values in tuples. But when you are dealing with a list, it has to be the same data type. It has to be the same data type. If you are dealing with whole numbers or integers, then there should be integers in that same column, in that same container. If it is strings, let everything be strings. You can see name is James, Bob. You can see the strings. So that is the difference. Why dictionary? You can see how it is curly brackets, and it can be used to put things in table formats. So in our next video, we'll see data types, we'll see for loop and some other things. Thank you.